featuring Heroes of the Cosmos. That was Super Earth Anthem, as performed by Super Citizen Anne's Children's Choir, directed and produced by Mataku. I've chosen this intro today for a very special reason. A little over 1 year ago, the forces of darkness and tyranny launched an attack upon the surface of Vernen Wells, bombing a hospital. What sort of creature preys upon the weak and the innocent? A coward, I say. But whenever the shadow of totalitarianism cast itself upon our fair galaxy, the Helldivers were there to answer with the light of freedom and democracy, driving it back into the black abyss that spawned it. The automatons attacking Super Citizen Anne's hospital for very sick children were completely shattered, their forces routed and driven into full retreat. The children were saved, at the cost of anti-tank mines, which were of questionable usefulness anyway. For me, it wasn't even their decision. I heard that kids were in trouble and I immediately rerouted to lend aid. Even if I had to do it alone, if I was the only one fighting, I'd still try. But I was not alone. Today's top news is that the Freedom Alliance has seized the chance to do some good in the spirit universe in the same way that we did 1 year ago, to leave the fabric of creation in a better place than we found it. To that end, the Freedom Alliance has partnered with Save the Children to host a community-wide donation drive. In a time when not-so-Super Earth appears to just be mired in darkness and insanity, with benefits programs being slashed, war flaring up, and no one really seems to know for 100% sure what is actually going on, children are left in greater need than ever before. Whereas Helldivers serve as the mighty fist of democracy wrapped in a velvet glove on the front lines, Save the Children works on a different front, the one found at home. Rather than laying waste to the Illuminate or overly hostile home appliances with delusions of grandeur, their enemies are hunger and neglect. Just last year, they supported over 35 million children with hunger-related interventions. I plan to put my money where my mouth is in this case and will be donating $100 of my own money to this campaign as soon as this broadcast finishes, and their donation page will be added to my YouTube profile's permanently displayed link collection. I'm doing my part, super citizens. Are you? Click the link in the description below and help save a child in need. Right now, we are aiming to match Arrowhead's donation that they made last year at $4,311, but I think we can go much, much higher. Now, you all know the Freedom Alliance well by this point. You know that we bring the noise and are always ready to party. This time, it's no exception. Arrowhead has generously donated some incredibly rare and special items, practically one of a kind, such as this custom replica BO1 tactical helmet signed by members of the development team. Oh yeah, that's a mantelpiece conversation starter right there. We also have this DualSense wireless controller in patriotic Helldiver coloring and theme, with packaging similarly signed by members of the development team. Then we have a signed copy of Helldivers 2 up for grabs. These tasteful Super Earth tote bags that are just ideal for those rare times that any of us are actually allowed to go on vacation. I personally never take breaks or vacations because of my own principles and work ethic. Not because I'm forced to. It's just that the people who are trying to make this world a worse place never take a day off, so neither should I. Though I do sleep in on occasion. Then we have some original art drawn by Magnus and Victor Nystrom on traditional Japanese shikishi boards, and lastly, printed posters of the various HD2 story arcs, Escalation of Freedom, Omens of Tyranny, and A Heart of Democracy, signed by concept artist Gustav Ekelund. All auctions are hosted by Tiltify, and 100% of all winning bid proceeds are going directly to Save the Children. Now, this I won't be bidding on, partly because my broadcasting work has never made me a dime, and partly because I don't feel that it's right for me to own any of these items. This is your moment, Helldivers of the Liberation Fleet. It's time to step up and show that you care, that you really are the heroes that kids see you as. All relevant links are in the description below, and I have heard that other newscasters within the fleet, such as my eternal rival, the SES Defender of Freedom, and that gentleman of fine taste and ace combat specialist, Commander Phantom of the Galactic War Channel, will also be repeating this message later on today. We are also due to be graced by a fantastic trailer for the occasion from the Marvelous Shenanigans team, with vocal work provided by Commander Rudd, and you just know that's gonna be good. Now, with Freedom Alliance news covered, let's move into news from the galactic sphere. We've still got a job to do here, you know. Sadly, the most recent major order was a failure, with unfathomable numbers of citizens being reduced into voteless. Or possibly worse. Intel reports that my initial assessment was correct. The Illuminate are repurposing our skyscrapers into long-range psionic transmitters and attempting to re-establish their former empire. It is confirmed that someone is out there picking up the phone. The range is too far to get concrete details about fleet composition or any other relevant details, but we are registering extreme long-range sensor echoes from beyond the southern galactic rim. So, Rogue 5? This might be the only warning that you get. You Chaos Divers are likely only a few weeks, maybe a month away from getting bodied hard by whatever it is out there. If you don't have an evac plan, it's time to get one. Allow me to put this in proper perspective. God Kaiser Z was the most vicious warmonger and dictator the Death Frontier has ever seen. Alamat was a fortress world crammed with the most deadly weaponry and devoted defenders in the galactic sphere as the Illuminate blew him away like a dandelion. We might have forced them off Super Earth, but we definitely broke our arm punching out Cthulhu. These aquarium dwellers are no joke, and we still don't have a viable means of reliably dealing with the Leviathan problem. Seriously, they come and go as they please. We can't keep them in or out. If it comes down to a straight fight between you and the squids, I'm afraid that Team Chaos doesn't stand a chance. Don't take me lightly on this. This next exam is pass or fail, and there aren't any do-overs. That being said, there is no rest for the weary or the democratic. No sooner do we conclude with one major order, than another comes down from on high. So let's read the words and the brass on what they want you to do next. The monumental effort to rebuild Super Earth is underway. A full damage assessment has concluded, exhaustively detailing the incalculable wounds inflicted upon our sovereign homeworld and their monetary cost, adjusted for inflation. Pursuant to intergalactic law, substantial war reparations are now owed by the Illuminate Order. The allocated period for redress has elapsed. Our hand is forced. To advance our reconstruction and secure a brighter future for all citizens, Super Earth will now collect what is owed through compulsory asset forfeiture. Helldivers, you are to execute 290 million arrogant Illuminate fugitives. Analysts calculate that this will be commensurate with the reparations owed, delivering sufficient technology, material, and justice. Furthermore, a tribunal of trusted citizen servants has designated the Terminates as abettors, bearing secondary liability. Helldivers will cull 2.9 billion of the mindless insects harvesting E710 as a means of restitution. The galaxy bore witness to the price of attacking freedom. Now it shall know its costs, too. Well, it seems General Sirius got himself a lawyer to help draft this major order briefing. But I won't lie, this is the stupidest thing I've seen in some time for several reasons. One, trying to apply modern legal standards to the Illuminate is like trying to read Shakespeare to a fish. You're both going to just end up confused, smelly, and with soggy pages. They're all walking biohazards with no moral compass. What do you think was going to happen here? Second, even if the legal standards of Super Earth consider the Illuminate's debt to be paid, it's not like we're going to stop trying to destroy them. They tried to erase our species, and I truly believe that they will try it again. So, we are going to do it to them first. It's only fair. They threw the first punch, so by liberty, I swear I am going to throw the last one. Anyway, this next major order will last another 4 days, concluding 9 a.m. Thursday, June 26th, Super Earth Eastern Standard Democratic Time, and has the following victory conditions. Slay 290 million Illuminate and 2.9 billion Terminates. Really, what's with the 29 thing? What's going on? That's a weird number. But it sounds simple enough. I'll probably divide my time floating between the TQZ and the IDF as needed. Yeah, that's right. I'm flexible. I mean, Alairt still needs to be freed, and progress there is slow to a crawl now that the bug divers realize that they're allowed to go on safari again guilt-free, and the Illuminate are opening up a new front on Zea Rugosia in the Ferris sector, so someone should probably go do something about that. Alright, Helldivers, you have your marching orders. You've got auctions to win, children to save, squids to smash, and wolves to free. So let's not waste any more time. Helldivers to Hellpods. This sector